Good day, everyone. I am truly honored to be here with you today to share a small secret in nutrition that may bring a profound change to our health and strength after the age of 65. You may find it surprising when I say this, but often the greatest secrets in medicine are hidden inside the simplest foods we eat every day. One very clear example is cheese. For decades, cheese has carried a poor reputation, too fatty, too salty, too indulgent. Yet, what most people do not realize is that within this humble block of food, sometimes wrapped in a thin layer of wax, lies a quiet, hidden power, a power that can help us preserve our vitality, our balance, and our independence, even into our 70s, 80s, and beyond. In my more than 30 years of caring for older adults, I have witnessed how muscle loss slowly steals away mobility, confidence, and the joy of daily living. This condition, what we call sarcopenia, is like an invisible current silently eroding the body. It does not arrive overnight, but step by step, it makes climbing stairs harder, lifting groceries more tiring, and even rising from a familiar chair a challenge. The hopeful truth is this: sarcopenia is not inevitable. We can fight it, and sometimes the tools are simpler than we imagine. I often tell my patients, look inside your own refrigerator. Perhaps right there on the shelf lies a part of the key to your long-term health. 3 particular types of cheese: cottage cheese, Parmesan, and ricotta, not exotic luxuries. They are familiar, affordable, and practical foods. Yet they carry within them the very nutrients our aging muscles need most: leucine, casein, whey protein, and calcium. When eaten at the right time and in the right way, these cheeses can become powerful allies in preserving strength, balance, and independence. In the next few minutes, I will show you how these everyday cheeses, often overlooked, can serve as a natural remedy for age-related muscle loss, and more importantly, I will guide you on how to bring them into your daily meals in a way that is safe, simple, and effective. As we age, the changes in our bodies go far beyond wrinkles on the skin or silver strands in our hair. The most profound change happens deep inside the gradual decline of muscle. This condition, known in medicine as sarcopenia, begins quietly after the age of 50, and by 65 it often becomes a major challenge for health and independence. What makes sarcopenia so concerning is its subtle nature. It does not strike suddenly, it creeps in slowly, like water wearing away stone. At first, you may notice that climbing stairs feels just a little harder. Later, standing up from a chair or carrying a basket of groceries becomes more demanding. Over time, walking short distances can feel heavy, and the confidence you once had in daily activities begins to shrink. Many of my patients have said to me, "Doctor, perhaps this is simply fate, a natural part of getting old," but the truth is more hopeful. While sarcopenia is indeed a part of aging, the pace and severity of its progression depend greatly on how we nourish and care for our bodies. The challenge grows because aging muscles require more than they once did. In youth, a small amount of protein is enough to stimulate muscle growth. In older age, however, muscles become resistant. They need more of the right nutrients, especially leucine, to respond and rebuild. Without this, muscle not only shrinks, but also increases the risk of falls, fractures, and the gradual loss of independence. I often remind my patients, muscle is not only about strength, it is the very foundation of freedom. When muscles weaken, we lose balance, mobility, and the simple confidence to live life on our own terms. But when muscles are nourished and cared for, the body stands firm, and the spirit rises with it. Sarcopenia is not destiny. It is like a dark room, and the switch to light it lies in our daily habits: what we eat, how we move, and how consistently we care for our bodies. In the next section, I will introduce you to 3 very simple cheeses that hold within them the power to keep your muscles resilient, even after 65. Among the many types of cheese, one often overlooked and even associated with old-fashioned diet plans is cottage cheese. Yet from the perspective of modern nutritional medicine, cottage cheese is one of the most valuable foods for older adults seeking to protect and restore their muscles. Just half a cup of low-fat cottage cheese provides about 14 grams of high-quality protein with only 80 calories. Nearly 70% of its calories come from protein and impressive ratio compared to cheddar, where protein accounts for only about 24% of calories. But the true power of cottage cheese lies not only in the quantity of protein, but also in its quality. Cottage cheese contains a key amino acid called leucine. Think of leucine as the ignition switch for muscle growth. As we age, our muscles become more stubborn, requiring more leucine to respond. A single serving of cottage cheese provides over 1 gram of leucine, about 1/3 of the amount older adults need at each meal to fully trigger the muscle building process. The protein in cottage cheese is primarily casein, a slow-digesting protein. Casein releases amino acids into the bloodstream steadily over 6 to 8 hours, like a gentle stream continuously nourishing your muscles. This slow release is especially valuable at night. Eating cottage cheese before bed can help prevent the body from breaking down muscle while you sleep. Another advantage of cottage cheese is its gentle texture and easy digestibility. Many older adults struggle to chew meats or have reduced appetite. Cottage cheese is soft, creamy, and mild. It can be eaten straight from the container, mixed with fruit for breakfast, or blended into smoothies where you may not even taste it. Some of my patients even replace mayonnaise with cottage cheese in chicken or tuna. Salad delicious, yet far more nourishing. For best results, I recommend 1/2 to 1 cup daily, especially at breakfast. After fasting overnight, your muscles are most ready for protein. Beginning the day with cottage cheese is not only a healthy choice, it is also a message to your body. I am caring for you. I want you to stay strong. When most people think of Parmesan cheese, they picture it sprinkled over pasta. But behind that rich flavor lies one of the most concentrated sources of nutrition for aging muscles. Just 1 ounce of Parmesan, about the size of your thumb, contains more than 10 grams of complete protein. For older adults who often eat smaller portions than before, this remarkable density is invaluable. In a very small amount, your body receives a significant boost of essential amino acids. What makes Parmesan even more special is its long aging process. Authentic Parmesan is aged for at least 24 months. During this time, natural enzymes break down proteins into smaller, more digestible fragments. It is as if the cheese has already been partially pre-digested, making it exceptionally gentle on the stomach. Many of my older patients who feel bloated or uncomfortable with other protein-rich foods tolerate Parmesan with ease. And because long-aged Parmesan contains virtually no lactose, even those who are lactose intolerant can usually enjoy it without difficulty. But Parmesan is not just about protein. It is also a powerful source of calcium. 1 ounce provides about 331 milligrams of calcium, roughly 25% of your daily requirement. Calcium is not only important for bones, but is essential for every muscle contraction. Without adequate calcium, your muscles cannot function properly, no matter how much protein you eat. Research has shown that insufficient calcium intake in older adults significantly increases the risk of muscle loss. Some people hesitate to buy authentic Parmesan, believing it is expensive. But here is the truth. You only need 1 to 2 ounces per day. Just 2 tablespoons of freshly grated cheese dough make a real difference. Because the flavor is so concentrated, a small amount adds depth and satisfaction to any meal. Practical ways to enjoy Parmesan include grating it over scrambled eggs for breakfast, sprinkling it onto soups or salads at lunch, or using it with roasted vegetables at dinner. You can even eat small chunks with nuts or fruit as a nourishing snack. Look for authentic wheels marked with the distinctive Parmigiano Reggiano dots on the rind. Though the price may seem higher, the rich nutrition and flavor mean you will need less, making it an economical and powerful daily ally for your muscles. If cottage cheese offers slow, steady nourishment and Parmesan delivers concentrated strength, ricotta stands out for its speed. This cheese is made from waste liquid left over after other cheeses are produced. It may sound simple, but it gives ricotta unique muscle-building properties that make it especially valuable for older adults. Why is this important? Because whey protein is the fastest absorbing protein known. Within just 30 to 60 minutes of eating ricotta, amino acids enter the bloodstream and flow directly to your muscles right when they are most ready to use them. For older adults whose muscles often respond more slowly, this quick delivery is like seizing a golden opportunity. 1/2 cup of whole milk, ricotta provides about 14 grams of protein, similar to cottage cheese, but with a different amino acid profile. It is particularly rich in branched-chain amino acids, BCAAs, which bypass the liver and go directly to muscle tissue. This makes ricotta an ideal food for muscle repair and growth immediately after activity, whether it's a walk around the block, gardening, or light stretching. Ricotta also has another advantage. It is naturally low in sodium, with only about 100 milligrams per serving, far less than many other cheeses. For older adults who need to watch blood pressure and heart health, this makes it a safer, friendlier choice. Its creamy, smooth texture is easy to eat, even for those with dental issues or difficulty swallowing. The mild flavor blends beautifully into both sweet and savory dishes. Spread it on whole grain toast with honey and cinnamon for breakfast, mix it with herbs for a dip at lunch, or stir it into pasta sauces for a creamy, protein-rich dinner. Some of my patients even enjoy ricotta whipped with cocoa powder and honey for a healthy dessert mousse. Scientific studies support these benefits. In one trial, older adults who ate about 3/4 of a cup of ricotta daily not only gained muscle mass, but also improved balance and strength within just 90 days. For best results, I recommend eating ricotta within 2 hours after any activity, even something as gentle as gardening or climbing stairs. Think of ricotta as a refreshing stream, quickly flowing to your muscles, restoring them when they are most thirsty. When it comes to nutrition, timing can be just as important as the food itself. For older adults seeking to protect their muscles, when you eat cheese matters as much as which cheese you choose. Many people believe dinner should be the largest meal of the day, but when it comes to building and preserving muscle after 65, breakfast is the golden opportunity. Here's why. After a night of fasting, 8 to 10 hours without food, your body's been breaking down muscle tissue to fuel essential functions. Your first meal of the day decides whether your body continues to lose muscle or whether it switches into repair and rebuilding mode. Unfortunately, most older adults consume only about 8 grams of protein at breakfast, far too little to trigger muscle synthesis. A slice of toast or a cup of tea is simply not enough. But imagine this instead. Half a cup of cottage cheese combined with an ounce of freshly grated Parmesan. Together, they provide over 24 grams of high-quality protein and more than 2 grams of leucine. That is enough to flip the switch from muscle breakdown to muscle building. The other key window is after physical activity. Whenever you walk, garden, climb stairs, or perform light resistance exercises, your muscles become more sensitive to nutrients. Scientists call this the anabolic window, a short period, about 2 hours, when your muscles are especially ready to absorb protein and use it for repair. Eating ricotta during this window, with its fast-absorbing whey protein, delivers maximum benefit. Finally, it is important to spread protein evenly across the day. Many older adults follow what I call the light, heavy pattern. Very little protein at breakfast and lunch, then a large portion of meat at dinner. The problem is that muscles can only use about 2,530 grams of protein at a time for growth. Extra protein beyond that cannot be stored. It is wasted. The better approach is balance, 25 to 30 grams at each main meal. For example, cottage cheese with fruit in the morning, ricotta with vegetables at lunch, and Parmesan over dinner. This steady distribution keeps muscles nourished and protected all day long. With the right timing, these simple cheeses transform from ordinary foods into powerful medicine for your muscles. One of the most common questions my older patients ask me is, "Doctor, how much cheese should I eat each day for it to truly help?" It is a very important question because just like medicine, nutrition works best at the right dose. Too little and the effect is weak. Too much and it may burden the body. First, let us understand the daily protein needs of older adults. International guidelines suggest that people over 65 should consume about 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. For example, if you weigh 150 pounds, that is about 68 kilograms. Your daily protein target should be around 80 to 85 grams. This is the amount necessary to maintain muscle mass and fight age-related muscle loss. Of course, this protein should not come from cheese alone. It must also come from a variety of foods: fish, lean meats, eggs, beans, and whole grains. But the 3 cheeses we have discussed, cottage cheese, Parmesan, and ricotta can contribute a significant portion of that total in a practical, enjoyable way. In fact, just 2 to 3 servings of these cheeses per day can provide 35 to 40 grams of protein, nearly half of your daily needs. A simple plan might look like this. half a cup of cottage cheese for breakfast, 1 ounce of Parmesan sprinkled on salad or soup at lunch, and 1/3 cup of ricotta at dinner. Combined, this trio not only delivers protein, but also leucine, calcium, and other essential amino acids. The key here is consistency. In clinical studies, the best results were seen when participants ate cheese every single day for at least 60 to 90 days. It is not enough to eat it once or twice a week. Think of cheese as a daily prescription for muscle health, a habit that must be sustained to work. For those concerned about calories or fat, let me reassure you. The total calories from the recommended portions are only about 300 to 400 per day. This is very reasonable within a balanced diet. What matters most is choosing the right types, sticking to the right amounts, and making it part of your daily routine. When done correctly, adding cheese to your diet is more than just a way to fight muscle loss. It becomes a form of self-care, a daily investment in strength, independence, and long-term vitality. When we talk about adding cheese to your daily diet, I always remind my patients of one essential truth. Nutrition only has value when it fits the individual body. Cheese is powerful, but like any tool, it must be used wisely. First, let us consider lactose intolerance. As we grow older, many people lose the ability to fully digest lactose, the sugar found in milk. This can cause bloating or discomfort, but that does not mean cheese must be avoided completely. Long-aged Parmesan contains virtually no lactose and is usually well tolerated. Cottage cheese and ricotta do contain some lactose, but much less than milk. Start with small amounts, see how your body responds, and if needed, lactase enzyme supplements can help. Second, for those with high blood pressure, sodium content is important. Some cheeses are high in salt, which can be harmful for the heart. Fortunately, ricotta is naturally low in sodium, and low-sodium varieties of cottage cheese are widely available. Choosing carefully allows you to enjoy the benefits of cheese while protecting your heart and blood vessels. For patients concerned about cholesterol, the evidence is reassuring. Large-scale studies show that when eaten in moderation as part of a balanced diet, cheese does not significantly increase the risk of heart disease for most people. If your doctor has advised you to reduce saturated fats, you may select part-skim ricotta or low-fat cottage cheese for peace of mind. Another consideration is for those taking blood-thinning medications, such as warfarin. Cheese contains vitamin K, which can interfere with these drugs if intake varies dramatically. The solution is not to avoid cheese altogether, but to eat it consistently and inform your doctor so they can monitor and adjust treatment if needed. Finally, for people with kidney disease or reduced kidney function, high protein intake may be a burden. If you have kidney concerns, please speak with your physician before increasing protein through cheese or any other source. These precautions are not meant to discourage you, but to give confidence. When chosen wisely, right type, right portion, right routine, the benefits of cheese greatly outweigh the risks. The key is to listen to your body and work with your doctor. Used thoughtfully, cheese becomes not just food, but a safe and reliable ally in preserving your strength and independence. In medicine, we often speak of something called a synergistic effect. It means that when two factors are combined, the result is far greater than the sum of each one alone. For preserving muscle in older age, cheese and exercise form exactly such a partnership. We already know that the proteins in cheese casein, whey, and leucine stimulate and nourish muscle growth. But when your body has just completed movement, even something as simple as walking, gardening, or standing up and sitting down a few times, your muscles become much more sensitive to those nutrients. In this state, eating protein produces a response that is stronger, almost as if the body has become young again. Research shows that even in people over 80, performing simple resistance exercises just 2 or 3 times per week, then eating protein-rich foods like cottage cheese or ricotta afterward restores a youthful muscle-building response. Muscles that seemed resistant suddenly wake up and rebuild. This is proof that age is not an absolute barrier. How we nourish and move our bodies makes all the difference. The good news is that resistance training does not have to mean heavy weights or complicated machines. Simple activities are enough. Standing up and sitting down from a chair 10 times, pressing your hands against a wall as push-ups, lifting your arms with a water bottle, or climbing stairs at a steady pace. Each of these movements is small, but combined with protein afterward, especially whey-rich ricotta, they become a powerful therapy against muscle loss. Beyond strengthening muscles, exercise also improves balance, enhances bone density, and reduces the risk of falls. Together, exercise and nutrition provide a comprehensive benefit, not just physical, but also emotional. When the body feels stronger, the mind feels more confident. I often tell my patients, think of every serving of cheese after activity as a gift to your muscles. Even a 10-minute walk, followed by a portion of ricotta or cottage cheese, allows your body to respond with gratitude by becoming more steady, more flexible, and more independent. This is how we transform cheese from food into medicine and movement from routine into renewal. Knowledge only has value when it is turned into action. That is why I would like to share with you a simple 5-step plan. These are small steps, easy to follow, but if practiced consistently, they can bring remarkable changes within just 3 months. Step 1, prepare. Go to the store and buy the 3 cheeses we have discussed: cottage cheese, Parmesan, and ricotta. You do not need large amounts right away, just enough for 1 week. Having them in your home makes it much easier to build a habit. Step 2, calculate. Take your body weight in kilograms and multiply by 1.2. This is your daily protein goal. Write this number down and place it where you will see it, often perhaps on your refrigerator door, as a daily reminder. Step 3, plan your meals. Distribute your protein evenly across 3 main meals. For example, cottage cheese with fruit for breakfast, Parmesan sprinkled on soup or salad for lunch, and ricotta stirred into vegetables or pasta for dinner. This way, each meal supports your muscles instead of leaving all the work for the evening. Step 4, move gently. You do not need a gym. Spend just 10 minutes a day doing simple activities, standing up and sitting down from a chair, walking around the house, or lifting a bottle of water as a weight. What matters is not intensity, but consistency. And afterward, reward your muscles with cheese so they can recover and grow stronger. Step 5, track your progress. Mark 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days on your calendar. At each point, notice whether daily activities feel easier. Does standing up take less effort? Do stairs feel lighter? Are your steps more confident? Small changes will add up to big results. By following these 5 steps, cheese is no longer just a food. It becomes part of a thoughtful strategy for healthy aging. More importantly, it gives you confidence, the assurance that strength and independence are still within your reach, no matter your age. My friends, we have traveled together through an important journey today, from understanding the hidden danger of age-related muscle loss to discovering how 3 simple cheeses, cottage cheese, Parmesan, and ricotta, can serve as powerful allies for your strength. Perhaps the most surprising lesson is this: profound changes in health do not always come from complex or expensive solutions. Sometimes they come from the simplest daily choices, like a small bowl of cottage cheese in the morning, a sprinkle of Parmesan at lunch, or a spoonful of ricotta after a walk. I want to emphasize one truth: aging does not mean the end of strength. If we nourish the body correctly, it still has the capacity to respond, to rebuild, and to grow. Muscles continue to listen, and they will answer if only we give them the care they need. The most important ingredient is consistency. 1 day or 1 week may not bring visible change, but after 60 or 90 days, you may notice rising from a chair feels easier, walking upstairs feels lighter, carrying groceries feels more secure. And along with this physical improvement comes confidence, the belief that you can still live on your own terms. So my invitation to you is simple: begin tomorrow. Choose 1 cheese you enjoy and make it part of your breakfast. Spend 10 minutes moving your body and then reward your muscles with nourishing protein. Write down your progress and allow the next 3 months to become a journey of rediscovery, a journey that proves your body is still capable, still strong, still worthy of trust. Aging may take away many things, but it cannot take away your opportunity to care for yourself unless you give it up, and I believe you will not. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope that beginning tomorrow, you will feel the positive changes from even the smallest choices. Stay strong, stay independent, and keep believing in your body. I look forward to meeting you again in our next session. Until then, take care and goodbye for now.